Sigh-kicks, a tale of travail. I met Porphyria in October 2012. I was destined to kill her again and again and again. Porphyria and I were portraying Robert Browning's poem, Porphyria's Lover, at Usher's Ferry, Cedar Rapids' faux historic site for their Halloween Usher's Scary Haunted Village extravaganza. I had memorized Browning's 400-word poem, assuming that I would recite my Browning sans prop, but the event organizer had a better plan. She presented me with Olivia, a lovely live lady to represent my warm, freshly killed murder victim. Arriving well before the Usher's Scary festivities would begin, we actors milled about as we were given instructions concerning where, when, and how we would be performing. There was much buzz among many of the actors about the spirits in the air that night. Conversations which I assumed were for good fun centered around our Halloween performance, and Olivia participated heartily in the spirit-filled speculations. The event organizer took us to our designated area, a dark, chilly, late 18th century house with nothing but a gaslight to illuminate and small fire in the potbelly for warmth, and left. Olivia removed her trench coat and revealed her costume with its eye-catching, waist-cinching, bosom-lifting corset. Looking lovely and seductive, Olivia and I were left alone in the chilly house to await Halloween revelers. The chilly house and Olivia's scanty costume called for gallantry on my part, and we wisely added the warmth of human cuddling to the meager BTUs provided by the wood burner. I decided to tease. "You know, it's awfully cold in here," I said, my arm draped around Porphyria's naked shoulder, her long raven locks cascading down my chest. "It is," Porphyria replied, her Irish accent beautifully trilling in my ear, "and I should probably let you know that I'm a nymphomaniac." Boom! My arm immediately shoots into the air, and a foot of distance appears between us in half an eye blink. "Why, no," stutter I didn't know that." "And I believe you know my ex-husband," she asked, mentioning him by name. "Know him? We killed one another in an Usher's Ferry theater production of Edna St. Vincent Millay's Aria da Capo 3 years earlier, and had since played together a handful of times. This was the infamous home-wrecking wench?" Gasp. "Yes," I reply, regaining some composure. "I did my first post-high school play with him. He may have mentioned you." "May have mentioned you" is perhaps the greatest understatement I have uttered. Gossip, speaking about others who are not present, is considered sinful by most Christians, and malicious gossip, speaking cruelly about one who is not present, is considered in bad taste by most civilized people, though everyone gossips at some point, and many of us occasionally drift into malicious land. I have listened while her ex expounded on the trials and tribulations of Olivia's divorce-inducing extracurriculars, her recent return from the land of Lunasa, and reinsertion of herself into the lives of their 3 children and his new wife, while castmates clucked in head-shaking affirmation as they accepted one person's perspective without hearing from absent Olivia. For 3 years I have heard tales of Olivia, and here I sit, alone in a dark room, side by side with the scantily clad, infamous, coquettish Colette of gossip's reign. I begin again. "Hi," I say, extending my hand. "Tony Neal. Pleasure to make your acquaintance." "So you're the famous Olivia, huh?" "Yes, I am." Olivia's lilt sounds in my ear, her lips close enough to enable her sweet breath to tickle. "The pleasure is mine. Don't worry about the nympho thing. You're safe. At least, for tonight," she adds, an admonishing half-smile raising the right side of her face. "Good, I think," I add with a wink, replacing my arm about my living doll, dead woman human prop. We talk shop and come to a good understanding of how we will perform together, and then begin discussing faith, spirituality, creativity, and the difficulties involved with long-term relationships, self-fulfillment, and myriad other topics. Usher's Scary is a guided tour, and in between groups of Halloween observers, we break character. I go back to being Tony, while Olivia goes from dead Porphyria to live Olivia. We pack a lot of interpersonal on our first date, performance. Midnight nears and Usher's Scary ends. Other players that know Olivia from her pre-divorce, pre-fleeing back to Ireland, pre-return to the USA where she can rightly regain her mothering status to her 3 sons, days discuss the spirits in the air. I still think they're fooling. I am wrong. Olivia and friends believe in auras, in psychics powers, ESP, primal energy, crystals, talismans, phantasms, and sangre de Cristo. All make-believe myths, potions, and self-deceptions to me. None of these differences in belief matter to me. I've long held that the world is filled with nothing but fools and idiots, people who believe in things that are simply not rational. And when I say fill, that is exactly what I mean. Every single one of us believes in things that are patently false, and I absolutely wear that crown of ignominy. I most assuredly do not have to agree with other people's delusions in order to love them any more than I insist that they must believe in mine. The night ends, I make my good nights, and return home. I'm given nearly 3 years to play with and learn about Olivia, to get to know and love her before Jean and I leave Iowa and make our way to Florida, where I flounder without a stage in the wastelands of Hanging Chad and the infamous Florida Man of media fame.